Hi everyone, it's Carrie. Happy Saturday. It's the weekend and I am done with my second to last quarter of grad school officially at this point when you're watching this. It's actually Thursday though when I'm recording this, and so I have one more day and then I have a 3-week break and then my final quarter. So you didn't get a video last week, which I apologize for, and that was really because of grad school. I had like a super huge data paper project due like last weekend, and then I have a bunch of paperwork and things that have to get finalized this week with school. Plus I'm at my site all week and I've been interviewing for jobs and doing my job searching, and then it was also my boyfriend's birthday last weekend, and so like took some time to just like spend time with him and go do fun things and all that life stuff that happens. And so I didn't get a video up and I didn't have any like planned ahead, but I'm going to hopefully get back in that habit now that I have a couple weeks with some downtime, so that doesn't happen again. So sorry if you missed it. The other thing is I don't really have like a specific topic for today. I have some things I am pondering and thinking about, and like I've seen a lot of stuff on social media talking like lately about trans women and trans misogyny and like male privilege, and the fact that trans women or trans feminine people, they do not experience male privilege. So just to be clear, like I'm not saying they do, they don't. But I like kind of have some thoughts that I'm still forming about some limitations of language and how we talk about experiences when you get into like non-binary identities and trans identities, and like how things intersect differently than for cisgender people. But I kind of want to like have some better formed thoughts about it. So I like want to talk about that eventually, but not today. I did also want to let you know, because it's Thursday, even though I know it's Saturday for you, that I did start a low dose of tea like actually today, like actually about like not quite like an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. So I went back to the same clinic that I had the really amazing experience at, Equitas Health, and I'll like try to link the video up here if I remember, where I talk about like that experience, because if you're thinking about it, I did go into some details about what, it's kind of long, but like what types of topics we address for my consult. And then today I had the same nurse practitioner. She just reviewed stuff, went over my lab results, and just know that when they take those labs, they're looking for health concerns, because if you're on, whether it's like testosterone or estrogen or Spiro or like some type of hormone, there are certain health conditions where there might be just some concerns or added risks that everyone needs to know about. So that's what that's about. Yeah, but we just kind of went over informed consent paperwork. I kind of told her like some of my hard limits, like if certain changes start to happen or happen too drastically, like that, like I'll know to stop. She's fine with like, you can stop anytime, you can stop and start it back up. She's really cool about not being a gatekeeper, and especially like she's had other non-binary and probably currently has non-binary genderqueer type patients who are kind of looking for like some kind of middle, but there's not really a middle, and so then it's more about like where you're comfortable and how do you get there without getting a lot of things that you don't want to deal with, that kind of thing. So I talked about it in the other video, so I don't want to go into it at length. I did actually give myself the injection. I've never injected myself before. I did it in my thigh, and there was a different really cool nurse who like walked me through it and was like asked me if I wanted to do it or have her do it the first time, and I just said, oh, I should probably learn to do it. So it like, I didn't even like feel the needle go in, like I just kind of jabbed it in there and like asked her like, oh, did it actually like go in? Like I don't feel anything, and it was fine. That was like my only, like not even really like concern, because I don't really have needle anxiety when I get like shots or blood drawn by other people, but I've never done it myself. And I know some people have like bad needle anxiety, and I was like, ugh, it just seems like less hassle to do needles and once a week injections, or like once every other week or whatever you do. If I go on like a weekend trip, I don't have to worry about taking a bunch of stuff with me, whereas the gels or creams are like a daily thing, and like you can't get it on other people, you don't want to get it on your clothing. It just seems like more of a hassle to me for my life. If you're on them though, that's great. A lot of people love them, and I'm glad that there are options out there for everyone. So yeah, so those are the big things. I do have a follow-up appointment for my top surgery, like just a general, he does a lot of follow-ups, and I suspect it's because he's still probably kind of building that portfolio. It's kind of weird, like if you go online and see like his like before and after results, he doesn't really have top surgery results posted. He has like other plastic surgery things that he does, which I find interesting, and I think has to do with like some of their other like non-trans clientele, even though he's like super cool and doesn't could not care less. I'm positive, like, from interacting with him. He's not weird about anything. With people being trans, he's just like, whatever. So if anything comes from that, I'll tell you about that. But I'll be like just shy of 8 months when I go to that. And like I said, it's just like a general follow-up, so not that I'm having any concerns or anything. And then, so what did I tell you? Job interview, I had a job interview that went really well, but I didn't get the job. It went to someone who already works in the building, so disappointing, but not like 100% shocking. Like, it would have been more disappointing had it been like some random person. But I've been applying to a lot of jobs, just kind of looking every day, because it's the time of year for them to start to open for school counseling. I'm looking for high school counselor positions specifically. So I'm just doing that, especially like not being in school for a couple weeks. I'll try to film some extra videos, but also I'll be job hunting like crazy. And that's it. We'll see what I think about the tea. I'm on 0.25 milliliters every week, injectable for now. I might go down to every other week. I might decide I really like it and even up my dose. I might stay on it for a month or 2 months or 6 months and then be done. Like, who knows? So we'll see. I did take, my nurse practitioner asked if I was going to document it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Like, it's funny because like my top surgery I've documented like crazy. Like the first 3 months, like the first month I did weekly, and then I did monthly, and then I've gone to every other month. And like, I think it was my dysphoria was so much worse around that than around some of the stuff with tea. So I was like, maybe. So I did like take a picture, and I don't know if I'll do like a daily picture, that's a lot, or weekly, or who knows. That's it. So that's just kind of like a general update. Again, sorry for the lack of video last week. I'll have some real like actual topics to talk about, and as always, like, feel free to ask me questions about whatever you want me to talk about, non-binary, genderqueer, related stuff as an adult. I turned 40, so I can't say I'm in my 30s anymore, which is kind of weird. And everyone still thinks I'm like 26 anyway, so it's all good. Anyways, I hope you have a great weekend and had a great St. Patrick's Day. That's my sister's birthday, first of all, and it's also like one of my very favorite holidays. So I'm gonna go celebrate that tomorrow and being done with the quarter of grad school. And if you're on spring break or that's coming up for you, have a great spring break. Ours is in a couple weeks at school. And I think that's it. Bye.